Awaken to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
so if you're asked something, I can literally just be like, did I?
And we are live.
Hi!
Been a while, guys. And as you can see, we have a multitude of new faces, new characters, new adventure. We've been playing where we could get time in together over the last few weeks, but schedules have been hectic and the universe is being, well, itself. That all being said, thank you to Lo-Fi Geek for the beautiful sounds on intro and at the bio break. It gives people something to listen to other than just watching images scroll. And it's actually kind of pretty. And other than that, well, first of all, if everybody wants to roll initiative so we can just figure out an order of operations for who introduces themselves first, it's easier than me just picking somebody. Feels like I'm picking on somebody if I do that.
You know what? It landed flat. I'm gonna go with that. That's a 6. Oh, that it landed flat. I'll go with it.
Oh, thank you. I was like, I don't know where my dice went.
Initiative.
Got
A D20.
cool.
That's not a D20. Other D20.
Kind of a waste of a good nat 20.
17.
20, 17,
13 and Rocket.
13, 10,
11.
6.
6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or wait, no. Peter had a 13, or a 17. So Peter's second. Then goes to Conan. Then over to Zip. Who had the 11?
Me.
Pudgy. Then goes to Rafi. Then to Anaya. Got it. So, who are you playing this round of Insanity?
So, I am a ranger.
What's your name?
Half orc. My name is Fang Bloodson.
Alright. And next on the list.
From Tenafada, Furball, Fire Druid.
And next.
I am playing a Kobold Artificer, and
I'm not giving you a name yet.
my name is, I have not given it yet. Yep.
Pudgy.
I am playing a female rogue soldier, Ergenasi, whose name is Sus, as in suspicious.
Whispered suspicious. I love it so much.
And Rafi.
I am Gadab, the Portal Druid.
There's reasons that I'm laughing that have to do with the recap. There are things in people's backstories that they'll bring up. For example, the Fearball Druid has somehow gained the moniker of Goddammit,
And Hotel Man.
and Flaming Hotel Man, and all kinds of other things in his job.
Collecting names faster than a gnome, man.
That's impressive. So, where we had left off the last time we had a chance to get together, everybody had found out that in order to actually be able to make a living, in order to take on any job worth a damn, you need to be some kind of a company, or employed by a company.
Ta-da.
As a result, Sus registered with a bullshit name that was quickly forgotten to the booze. And you all became your own incorporated entity. It's an industrial revolution. You can now pretty much go in business and do whatever you want. You have 2 weeks of freelance time before you have to register. Everybody, it's roughly about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Everybody has tied one on. The half-orc, who is quite obviously a ranger, had ordered something that would make them forget who they were. And, well, they did. And that brings
Last
us...
like 3 months or something.
Actually, it's got about... I'm going to cut it down to about 72 hours of thinking this.
I didn't try
water.
Yeah, you had water. You had tea.
I did have tea. I also had a beer.
Hopefully nothing that conflicted with your tea.
Hopefully.
I had a pretty light whiskey that I'm convinced I managed not to let turn into normal whiskey as I was drinking it.
And was macking on the Minotaur Manhor or whatever.
No, I was deliberately confused about why you guys thought I wanted to mac on Minotaur. Remember, why would I want to take her clothes off?
And with that, everybody. Oh yes, they also rented out the top floor with what money they had between them.
No, I paid for it.
Okay.
Nope. Eric Ganassi paid for all of it.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're kind of rich.
Yeah, I'm pretty loaded.
So the rooms paid for a week. Each of you has your own individual rooms. You don't know each other from Adam. No sense in bunking together. You want your own spaces, damn it.
Grandpa wants a break from babysitting.
Grandpa Goddammit wants a break from babysitting.
Oh yeah.
As much as I like my new friends, I'm excited to have some peace and space because people keep picking me up.
Also, you have had no time to work on your tinkerings and your inventions and your things as an artificer that make you capable.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you can't make gadgets that do things and stuff, then what's the point? And yes, if you can think of it and give me a justifiable reason on how to do it, we can try it.
Okay.
If you bring me blueprints, you get bonus points and advantage on the roll.
Hear that? I wonder if I have a little helper at home that can help me make some blueprints.
I made some interesting stuff throughout the campaigns.
Really? We'll have to give it a try.
I made a handheld wrist deflector. Basically a shield.
Mm-hmm.
I even made a lightsaber.
Yeah, you just need tinkerers, tools, and some other stuff. So anyway, you all have made it to each of your individual rooms. We're going to say to try and sleep off the afternoons drinking before the evening's events. You know, bars start hustling, gossip starts flowing. Simple insights that any idiot would know when they're looking for work is that if you want to find the good paying jobs, you need to keep your nose to the ground and your ears open.
Are we, is that mission at the docks still going on?
Yes,
Look out for suspicious.
it's a nighttime thing. So each of you goes to your rooms, and in the order of operations that we just rolled a bit ago, what you doing when you get to your room?
Probably passing out.
Sleeping.
Anything you want to do beforehand?
Probably, but I'm so shit faced I don't think I can.
What do you want to do? I
I mean, you probably should practice some music, Mr. Bard. You're never too drunk to sing badly.
Right?
I'm just gonna pass out.
He does have a musical instrument. I'm not sure what it is, but he does have one. So, Grandpa goes and passes out. The half-orc goes into their room and you hear snoring about 3 seconds after a loud thud onto the bed. That brings us around and over to you. What you doing when you get to your room?
I am going to spend a little bit of time tinkering around. I'm gonna make myself a nice, calming dream tea, and I think I'm gonna wander over and maybe just for a few minutes see if the turtle's available to have a little bit of a conversation in my home tongue, because I've been feeling a little bit that really excited me, being able to talk to somebody, because I keep being called a lizard and very derogatory things, and so I am intrigued by the conversation, though if he's asleep by then, I guess I'm just gonna tinker away.
Well, We'll find out whether he's asleep or not and get to that in a moment. Alright, so Zul, what are you doing since you just picked for everybody's rooms?
Going over thoughts, strategies, plans, blueprints. Occasionally throwing a dagger at the target in my room. Doing basically like practice tosses, so to speak. Like, you know,
Roll
run
the
the
hit
back.
for me. How many are you making?
I'm gonna try to throw 2 of them.
Alright.
That'd be off of my dex, right?
Yep.
Dirty 20,
Definitely hits the target forward.
22.
So you actually, as you sit there and like in the process of everything, you first one goes, sinks in like pretty much dead center.
Yeah.
Look at it, cock your head to the side. Why not? Chuck the second one, and it's about a 1/4 inch to the right of it, so that it creates a wedge.
Yeah.
You know, shrug it off and go about the rest of whatever you're doing. And that brings us around to Rafi. So, what you doing today?
I'd filled myself up a big glass of water, set it down, and was about to recede into my shell when there's a knock on the door.
Yeah, exactly. So you would hear a knock on your door right about the time that you got yourself your glass of water, and you just kind of, what you gonna do about it?
I go over and answer the door.
Okay, answer the door. I'm not involved in that part. That's between y'all.
Hello?
We're gonna continue that private conversation that you know about.
Okay.
So we're gonna continue.
Yeah, they're not around for it, so.
Yep.
yeah. So.
Basically, I want more of that backstory that he was starting to tell me earlier.
Okay.
So that's why we're gonna talk to him.
Alright. So. Ooh, yes. As the afternoon wanes on, you go into your conversation and get things back and forth.
You saw nothing.
After a while, did you all even bother to take any sleep?
Both receded back to our rooms after we finished our conversation.
It wasn't more than like half an hour.
Yeah, it was just a
quick-
short conversation while my dream tea kicked in before I went to bed.
Maybe I had a cup of tea.
Well, I'd share a cup of tea with him.
Alright, so roughly around sunset, those of you who are normally light sleepers find yourselves waking as the day cools. The rogue among you would be used to getting up around this time, no matter what. It's easier to pick a pocket in the dark. As you all make your way out, a little bit groggy into the hallway, you can hear the downstairs of the tavern bustling. The sounds of glasses clinking, smells of more robust and savory, slow-cooked foods finally being prepared and served. Everything is quiet as you make your way out. The streets are quite busy. Lights on every, well, basically there's gas lights that the light lighters have finally finished, the last of them. You would estimate that you've got maybe about an hour until you're supposed to show up at the docks.
What is in there that she's like so obsessed
Just
with?
water.
Wow.
Yeah, she does it to mine too.
Yeah, I know. I like stole my mayo the other day.
So, As the evening settles in, you notice that aside from the gas lights, there are also bioluminescence throughout the entirety of the jungle. The edges and fronds of leaves glow in pale greens and blues. There are little lichens and shelf mushrooms, some of them even exhibiting colors of pink and orange. The lighting casts a strange shadow, somewhat eerie and bluish, distorting color and everything else around it. And you can hear the bells in the docks and see a few more last ships of the day are down the hill towards the shoreline from where you leave the tavern. There are maybe 3 or 4 ships coming into port. The last of the day before anybody else will have to wait. And you find yourselves in the front of the tavern. You can go check out the nightlife, grab yourself something, whatever. You've got about an hour until you're supposed to report to the docks. Your job is not to moor and bind ships, but to investigate and figure out what's going on, what things missing, etc. Your security.
Me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and like let everybody know I'm heading down towards the docks. I'm gonna do like basically a scout mission kind of deal, a little bit of recon, see what I'm working with.
Okay.
It'd be the soldier in me.
Makes sense. You're gonna take it from a tactical point of view? Alright.
That's my background too, as a mercenary soldier.
What's everybody else doing? Anybody going with?
Yeah, I'll join him because of my background too, as
I'll
a
go
soldier.
with.
Okay, so we got 3 going down to the docks early. What about the other 3 of you?
I'm sleeping off.
You're awake.
Oh, well, then I guess I'm heading down to the docks. If I'm awake now, I'm headed down to the docks.
So we have an hour until we have to be at the docks?
Yes.
Do I have a choice in the matter, or have you just taken me with you?
I knocked and went, I'm leaving, and started walking. You're noticing just a little bit of like, could actually care more if I wanted to, but don't. Work is work.
I'm ferociously hungry. I want to find food before I go down to the docks, because I feel like I'm probably going to be in a bad mood if I don't eat, and then have to go hang out with a bunch of people.
Okay. So, we'll get to you on that one here in a minute, since you've got an hour, and we'll get to your recon here in a few. What are you doing? You gonna go with the majority, or you watch as the kobold starts wandering off while everybody heads towards the dock?
I want to drink another beer, but I don't want to drink beer on an empty stomach, so I'm gonna go get food and a beer.
You find along the way plenty of street vendors and things of that nature. Some things look. What kind of food are you looking for?
What is
Do you want it on a stick? Do you want it between 2 pieces of bread? Do you want like?
we'll go a sandwich or sandwich related object?
Sandwich or sandwich related?
Like a hot dog. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, but it's related, I guess.
It's a micro sub.
Micro sub? Okay, yeah.
It's a taco.
Alright, so as far as like sandwiches, you find all sorts of things. Some of them seeming pretty mundane, you know, the standard like what you would recognize as roast beef. Other things have legs sticking out of them in between 2 slices of bread. And some of them look like they're nothing but sauces and vegetables.
I'm gonna opt for one of ones with legs sticking out. It looks like it could be like a deep fried hamster of sorts, but with like covered in barbecue sauce. Looks quite appetizing.
Small fry.
Alright, what kind of foods are you looking for?
Something on a stick.
Something on a stick?
Yeah, more tropical, right?
Yes, there are tentacles on sticks. There are shrimps on sticks. There are little balls of, you're not sure what the hell it is, but it's strangely colored and smells good on a stick.
I want something that has some fruit and onions on the stick as well. Meat.
So kebabs.
Yep, I want kebabs. That's what I'm looking for.
You don't have to look very far. You find one vendor in particular. They're like, so you want that fish? You want that domestic beef, or domestic meats, or you want that what we caught today?
I'll take what you got today.
Hands you a stick, about a dowling rod, about this big around, about yay long. There are whole white onions skewered down it, as well as chunks of pineapple, and woven in between them and stuck in such a way that it's obvious the juices from the fruit have sizzled through it, is what appears to be a relatively small python, head still on, just skin.
Fair enough. That sounds yummy.
Actually, it is.
And I've got quite the appetite. Something about me that my crew will learn is if I don't eat, I'm not gonna be in a good mood when we're dealing with stuff. So I'm going to sit down and I'm gonna munch on as much of that as I can. I've got eyes to finish it, but I don't know if I'm quite capable.
Go ahead and roll Constitution.
It's a 20, right?
Correct. Plus your it's a Constitution saving throw versus, well, eating a python.
Constitution.
The stick is almost, you could almost use it for a stave.
13.
13? So, on a 13, we'll say that you can get through a good portion of it, and you feel like if you walk off the feeling on the way down to the docks, you'll probably be able to finish it. Just kind of snacking on your way to work. So that would take the both of you. You find your sandwich, and it wasn't quite a hamster. It was a bullfrog.
Okay, good.
Deep fried and tempura battered. You're not quite sure about the spice. It was a little hotter than you thought it was going to be. And they had this very strange sauce attached. On the afterbelch, it was this strange, it was almost like a very sweet pickled ginger as an undertone. And the beer that you got with it complemented. You can both, by the way, mark down 1 silver. You ate a whole snake. Come on now. That's worth a silver. And your sandwich is because it came with a beer, otherwise it would have been 5 coppers a piece. They don't expect you to return the mug, so because it's a wooden mug, they bring you your stuff in their street vendors and they just go collect them at the end of the day.
There is my...
Recycling the weird way.
You have a silver. I don't know how much money you guys have individually, but assume you've got about...
If you have more than 1 gold piece, you have a silver.
Yeah, you each have at least 10 gold and at least 10 silver, I remember that much. You are set up, you can get through a couple of jobs before you run out of money.
Yeah.
Pretty much whenever you're around me, my character's gonna pay for your stuff anyway.
No value for money or Robin Hood syndrome?
No, more like been a merc for a very long time, very good at my job.
Oh, money just comes easy.
Yep.
And you're not going to you might not live to spend it tomorrow.
Exactly, so I spend what I have now.
Got it. So, as the clock winds down and you and the rest, okay, so we were going to return to you as the two of you head your happy selves at your own paces down to the docks. First and foremost, you get an option. Those of you who are scouting the area. You were planning on scouting, you're just going to work.
I was gonna see if I could find a leg of warthog on my way, but yeah.
Easy enough. That'll cost you about the same silver.
Yep.
Street vendors, convenience foods. And you?
I'll find some, like, I don't know, maybe some like fish jerky. There's fish jerky.
Dried fish. Okay, so there's kind of fish jerky. You ever seen the dried fish, that really smelly dried fish that they serve in Japan? They leave it out to sun dry after they catch it, and salt it. It's a salted fish sun dried. The umami to it is wonderful, but it smells from about 6 blocks away. And it got your attention.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I've been around.
Also, everybody within 10 feet of him can smell him. And you can, if you've got a good sense of smell, you can catch him from up the block. Kind of reminds you of home. Well, you're from an island nation. When you're stuck in the middle of there, you salt dry fish and you in the sun, and you can still eat it.
It's how much money for a stick of dried fish thing?
2 coppers,
So, okay, how many silver?
How many coppers, 2 silver?
10. And that's for 4. That's for 4 full fish.
Yep.
They're sun-dried mackerel, basically. Alright. So now we go to the twos that are scouting, because one thing that you would both see is everybody else walking up with some form of food. Gadamit, for lack of a better name, you would find just snacking on little bits of fish and nibbling at it. The pink koosh ball is walking around with what looks like a boar's leg in their mouth. The turtle is still carrying their flagon and sipping on their beer. The sandwich was gone. And for some strange reason, the kobold is carrying a big snake on a stick with veggies.
Nice choice.
Can I offer to share?
Yeah, if people are okay with eating after you.
Well, there's whole veggies, so I can pull the veggies off the stick. So
Yeah.
if anybody wants a whole onion or a big old chunk of pineapple, let me
So,
know.
did you eat it head first or tail first?
Head first.
Okay, so what you would see is spine wrapped around this, with the meat missing about 3/4 of the way down by the time they get there,
That's
and
great.
just a python's tail wrapping around onions and pineapples that are being held to the stick with the ribcage. Did you leave the head on?
Yeah, I'm saving the best part for last.
So the head is still completely intact, skinned, and sticking off the end of the point as they eat the body.
Can I keep the stick and make it into something?
I don't know, can you?
I want to. It's a very big stick, and it's pointy and it's sturdy.
Yeah, it's about a 3-foot stick, so for you it's about it's a decent sized staff.
A whomping stick.
That's a druid spell.
Anybody can use a whomping stick. Druids use shillelaghs.
Some people call it the Wampin Stick spell. And some people.
Uh-huh.
So, as you all get there, I need you to go ahead and roll a perception for me. Servicio. Because you go in opposite directions.
16.
Okay.
want to dance along the pier. Kind of like make everybody on the pier be like, you know, why is this random lady dancing around? Like
You're at the
living in
low.
a
You're
bar?
at this is like a freight harbor though.
Yeah, I get that, but I still want to be dancing along the pier, so everybody's just kind of like looking at me like,
So you
she's
just kind of
fucking batshit crazy.
along your way looking for things.
Yep, while I'm doing recon.
Okay. So on a 16, actually you can go ahead and roll that with advantage because that would make it harder for things to do what they need to do.
Roll it on advantage.
Yep.
Alright, so with advantage, I get a 21.
Okay. So on a 21, just as you're doing a pirouette at the end of the pier to turn around and start going up the next line, you notice about 3 docks over, you think you caught a glint of something. You're not sure what. There was a little bit of movement over near some crates and what looked like the shine of like a dagger hilt. It's just as the lamplight caught wrong, as if they misstepped in a shadow for a split second. Aside from that, you see, and you would see all of these things minus that. Dock workers complaining and bitching about 4 late ships coming in. They're worrying about dock number 3, saying that something about that cargo just seems off. That ship just feels funny, and you can see the ship they're talking about out in the harbor. The sails look burnt, like scorched with a few flaming holes in them in places. The hull itself has char marks all over it. The captain seems to be intact and still captaining, as he's at basically a trolling level and having the oarsmen break out to move the ship into dock and guide it in slow. Tight squeeze and all that. It's like trying to pack a semi in a compact car spot.
So is there anybody around me besides the Goliath and the Bard?
Well, you would say the bard would be actually off on the other side of things and not noticing this.
Okay.
With a 10, you saw the movement because when you're dancing and everything, they couldn't time their hiding to your pirouettes.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
That's why the advantage. You're dancing down the fucking pier trying to do recon, and you're being very aware of your surroundings. Ever spun around trying to pay attention to everything? You catch a lot. And it's really hard to hide from somebody's vision at that point.
So I'm gonna approach the Goliath and ask the Goliath if they'll follow me, and then I'm gonna say something to the Bard.
You would actually see everybody else.
Okay. But I only require the Goliath to come with me. The rest of them can stay on the area. I'm gonna go over to the dock that I saw what might have been a dagger.
Okay.
I'll follow, but give like that eye shine look back, like stay close. Because I have a feeling if I'm being asked for specifically by somebody who does not know me, stay close.
So yeah, it's up to you guys. Are you actually gonna carry to the request or no? You do not have to go with the Goliath.
Yeah.
I am going to. I'm gonna follow behind closely.
Alright.
I wonder if I get there in time. They're going to smell me from a while away. If I go around back up the street or whatever.
You're at a loading dock. There are fishing boats that come in. They're not going to notice you. You smell like everything down here.
Okay, fair.
You
Okay.
stink, but you blend.
It's a blendy stink. It's alright.
Well, there's a reason why I'm asking the Bard to stay behind.
Okay.
It's a combination of, Bruce thinks he's a bard, but at the same time, Bruce still has some,
All his
residual-
skills still function.
That's what I'm saying. Some residual like roadie skills. So I'm thinking he'll blend in well down at the dock, and the one that's suspicious, the reason why I'm bringing the Goliath is because, well, I need somebody to do smashy smashy, be a distraction while I do sneaky sneaky.
About this time, I bite the end off the bone from the warthog leg and just kind of slip it through one of the links in my belt.
1d4 club.
Cool. It won't last long, but it'll improvise weapon.
You ever tried to break a warthog's leg? You think it's not that durable.
Yeah, it's just about 130 pounds of pressure.
Yeah, so glad that have that biting power.
Yeah. So, you gonna follow us?
Yeah. I'm
Alright,
gonna follow, but I'm gonna stay well behind because I don't feel like I'm gonna be all that useful. I just want to see what's up.
I want to see what's going on too.
you'd be surprised how useful you may be in these particular cases.
That's it. Close, but not so close that.
It is.
I don't want to be in the way.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Is I think all of us want to be in a distance where we're not interfering.
Yeah, so let the people who are good at the stabby smash
Get in trouble.
They go first.
Let us get in trouble, then you come help.
Not too
Okay.
far behind, within range. Quick steps, or what maybe, who knows?
Okay, so you watch as they make their way down to like what's the third berth in this set of docks. The reason that there's a problem that the loading bays are going in, this is the last set in, there are only 5 berths in this entire shipping harbor. So they can only unload 5 ships at a time into the warehouse district. And people want to be able to go get their drunk on and relax and party in a bit on a resort, on a town like this, when they're off work at the end of the night. So nobody wants to be accepting deliveries at midnight or later, especially on a 36-hour time cycle. That being said, these would be the last ships of the day. 2 of them are obviously fishing scows. Another is the one in the first berth closest to the gangplank up into the main city was obviously a passenger liner. It's running one of the newer steam engines versus sails, and is quite a loud atrocity in a modern marvel. Because somebody figured out how to spin a paddle wheel with fire and water. Seems minuscule to us, but then it's brand new and amazing and wonderful, better than sliced bread. The guy who invented the bread slicer also invented a way to cast a spell so your bread makes itself sliced. Yeah.
It's impressive.
Every piece is properly toasted on baking.
It's like cutting rubber lightsaber. Oh yeah.
Only it comes out that way. So, as a result, you come around to this third berth, and as the ship pulls in, it smells of sulfur and ash. Kind of questionable, and you can hear the crew cheering as they get into port. This ship's sails seem to be made of something that makes them shimmer. At first, they looked white. You also notice that the entire air around the ship is chilled. And there's a very faint mist of cold, you know, like when you leave the freezer open on a 100+ day. That's kind of just rolling off of it. And the second that gangplank drops, the 2 of you would be turning right onto the pier where you see as no less than 50 men who were crewing this ship take off running.
Take off running in what way? Like scared, freaked out?
You can't tell. Well, actually, go ahead and roll insight for me. I'm not gonna say you can't without letting you try. That doesn't seem right.
Nat 20.
Would you please confirm that one for me?
Ooh.
Because it's a 19.
19. I got a nat 20.
I stopped moving and asked for confirmation because our numbers
3.
were so close.
3.
Insight.
Okay, so to you, you're not sure whether they're
21.
scared, excited,
Yeah,
relieved, what.
I
Anybody-
didn't roll because you,
You
said
don't
we
have to.
hadn't gotten
You
around
can
before
still
yet.
see all of these people. You're welcome to if you want to observe them and figure out what's up. Or are you more enamored with the ship? It's your own choice. Which thing is more of a puzzle to you?
I'm concerned about what's going on with the ship. Everybody seems awfully concerned about these guys. I'm gonna duck away.
You're gonna get yourself out the way of
Mhm.
the mob.
I'm gonna get myself out of the way and look at the ship.
Well, they don't run.
Who did?
I hit this.
I smelled something burning, so that's why I was like, wait.
I hit my bolt. Alright, so you managed to get out of the way relatively easy. They are actively not trying to trample anybody. So you still can't tell if they're scared or anything, they just rushed by so fast. It could just be that they've been at sea too long. You and you. What you see on the other hand, some of them are terrified. A large number of them have second and third degree burns covering their arms, faces. They look like they've been in a fight with something on repeated occasions. Some of the burns are more healed than others. On that 20, there's a lot of insight as to they're in a rush. They look malnourished. They are looking for proper food. You're very sure that they want the hell away from that ship for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And probably, and from the look of them, you're pretty sure a few of them are running straight for the temple wards to try and find a cleric.
Okay,
So
so
they
the
can get
authorities
themselves
will
good.
be onto this without our help.
Actually, the interesting thing is that the other thing you would notice is another group of people, once the crew disembarks, workers from one of the nearby warehouses start coming out with wheeled carts. And a few of them are carrying wider gangplanks, and they're wheeling a wooden crane as well for larger cargo. And they start moving down this very wide pier towards the ship to start unloading it.
Oh, go figure.
I'm gonna go into the surface of the ship.
You're going to try and get up onto the surface of the ship.
Oh yeah. I'm an air genasi if need be. I'll levitate up there. I can
Levitate does not allow you
like,
forward, left, up, down, left, or right. It just stops you. It allows you up and down, but you cannot move forward, back, left, or right without
with the air
pushing
genasi
yourself.
you can move left and right.
If you push yourself.
I mean, you know, if you jump at an angle,
Perhaps. But remember, you can only use it a certain number of times per day.
it's a cantrip. I can use it all day, every day.
I haven't looked at air constantly. Alright, so
Just the same as I can use my what is it? Featherfall. It's also a cantrip.
that works. Alright, so you watch as the air genasi kind of just levitates themselves up onto the deck of the ship. And the unloading crew leaves the carts down on the docks and starts loading themselves onto the ship and bringing out strange boxes. Yes.
I'm really starting to get some feelings, and I'm feeling like I'm recognizing the way the ship smells. Something's going on, and I want to investigate more.
Okay. So
And I'm looking around to see if there's anybody around left to.
the captain, his quartermaster, and the bosun stayed behind to deal with supervising the cargo and making sure everything was delivered, signed off on, etc. You know, what you'd actually expect in ship's operations. You, by the way, get called over by the bosun the second that you land and float your happy ass up onto the deck. You here to help unload?
No, I'm security to make sure the unloading process goes well. What cargo do you have?
Well, that's a private matter. I mean, some of the big ups went and made these orders. We just deliver.
Okay, I'm gonna ask if they have their documentation, the paperwork that shows like their inventory and things of that nature.
Right. I'll have to go. You'll be wanting to talk to the quartermaster. He's up on the helm next to the captain. Don't expect him to be too about, though. I mean, we're a bit busy around here, if you can't tell. Now, right about this time, you hear something, a garbled speech, come out of one of the boxes. These boxes are made out of a black metal. Each of them is about yay by yay. It has arcane inscription on the outside of it. And a strange orange light glowing inside of it. You hear this garbled, you can't make out what words it were. And you watch as a little gout of flame bashes against the hole. Like, whatever it is alive and can't be and you can't suffocate it as a result, so it has to have ventilation. But this box has been hexed so that the fire it's doing something about just kind of, well, fizzles against it. It's basically a warded prism. Can't see inside, it's black metal all the way around. And there are about 20 pallets of these. Stacked 3 high, 3 by 3, 3 high. So it's a 9 by 9 on a side. 9.
36.
Yeah, so there are
Is it
36 of
36?
these to a pallet, and give or take 8 or 9 pallets of them.
What?
You had a question? So, bringing you back up to the quartermaster. Can I help you?
No, I'm gonna basically look him in his eyes professionally and be like, I need to see your ship's manifest.
And who are you exactly to be needing that?
Security for the docks.
Right. Okay then. Guess that's what that group down there is for too.
They're just backup in case if I need it.
Alright. Well, as you can see, everything's in order. He hands you the papers, and it says that they are carrying nothing other than magical research components.
I'm gonna hang back.
Can I perception check to vibe check him? I'm not smart enough to insight check, so I want to, like...
No, that still falls under insight.
Alright.
No, it's still insight.
mean, okay. I'll take a 16.
With the 16, and that kind of makes sense that you need magical creatures or magical things for magical research.
Is any of it alive?
Well, yeah, that's why there's holes in the crates. We didn't want to suffocate them. They're useless if the fire goes out. Or whatever other elements involved.
And none of it's sentient.
They communicate. I don't know how much it's good.
Apparently my brain is trying to be my character because I can't remember exactly what we're looking for now.
Yes, I am.
You're looking for something to go wrong. They've asked you to run extra security on the docks
Okay.
because of an important shipment coming in.
Okay, so I should be allowing the ship.
You would hear this, and it would be, well, yeah, that makes sense. Magical research components, sometimes you need living things.
Okay.
I want to use intimidation to see if, I don't know if it'd be intimidation or persuasion, but I want to use one of them to see if this guy is lying to me because he seems very sketchy as to
Actually,
like.
that's an insight check.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just vibe checking. Maybe I just said.
I got a 13.
Well,
So I vibe checked for a 16. You vibe checked
do you
for
get a bonus to your insight from your character sheet?
That's where my 13 come from.
Oh, shit. Alright, so with a 13, I can say that, no, you're pretty sure he's being honest about it. They're carrying, as far as they know, magical components.
I'm gonna also insight.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Who did you say was still left on the ship? You said captain.
The bosun, the
quartermaster.
quartermaster, and the captain.
Bosun?
Yeah, is basically like first mate.
First mate. Okay. What, okay, I've never. What is the social consequences for using a spell like Charm Person?
I don't know.
It's
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Okay.
Well, my insight is a 19 plus, and then I put my insight.
get a
plus,
player's
right?
handbook. The page is written
Yep.
on your sheet for you.
Insight plus 3.
So-
22.
So on a 22, yeah, you're pretty sure he's being honest. As far as he's concerned, it's all magical components.
So, quick question: who would like a spicy dessert?
Yes. And with the spicy dessert call, we're going to go for a break, for a bio
This is
break,
a good
get
bio
up,
break.
stretch ourselves, fuel ourselves, and we'll be back. Until then, please enjoy music and random screenshots of my Lalafell. I'll be switching that out in the near future.
Oh, John, I brought this for you.
That is old.
It's yours.
What is it?
3rd edition D&D Monster Manual. 3. There, it's the original Monster Manual.
Let's say we gotta switch over.
Yep.
It's been a long time since we've done it.
And we're back. And with that, as we return, everybody had made their way to the deck of the ship. It's this rather charred yet chilled surface. And they're watching as boxes that seem to be making noises that resemble speech are unloaded.
Do they resemble any particular language?
What language do you all speak?
I speak. Where are my languages? Did you put my
Oh,
language?
Common and Draconic, I think.
I also speak one more.
You speak Common, Draconic, and Deep Speech.
I speak Common, Draconic, and Deep Speech.
Nope, doesn't ring any bells for you.
Common and Draconic.
Nope.
Common, Furbolg, and Druidic.
Nope.
I'm looking.
Furbolg would be the Fey languages, or Sylvan, more than likely. So,
Oh yeah, I speak Common and
Giant.
Common, Giant, and the extra one I took was where is it?
I thought it was Draconic. And
Infernal.
Okay. And you?
It doesn't matter. I can't understand what they're saying.
You only speak Common?
No. I speak Common, Genasi, and Thief's can't. So unless they're speaking Thief, I ain't gonna hear them.
Yeah, you're right. You aren't. And
I just speak common and orc.
Oh, you
Okay.
speak Bard.
Bard doesn't have a language.
Uh-huh. Drunk.
Okay. So, of all of the people
Language of
to actually understand any bit of this. You,
Me?
the big dumb koosh ball,
Because of the infernal.
Because I grew up in the time.
you are hearing a very guttural dialect of rude, infernal. What? Okay, you all have seen Labyrinth, right? Please tell me you have.
The David
Remember the little guy? Yeah, you know the little guys that change the tiles, and they do things. Yeah, that's what you all are hearing. What you are hearing is, if I ever get out of this box, I'm going to roast your buns and feed them to you backwards while your testicles dangle from your eye sockets.
I'm gonna say out loud, you're sentient? In Draconic. Or in Infernal.
At this point, I'm gonna climb up onto, I'm gonna tug on to Kushbal and see if they'll put me on their shoulder, because I'm catching sight of them.
I'm looking, like I look smart right now.
Yeah, and so I tug on,
I look smart, I am understanding something.
I tug on Kushbal to see if she'll put me on her shoulder.
That is what you get from like a clear, like, oh, I'm having a clear, cohesive thought. This is something special.
Actually, no, I'm sorry, you don't understand any of that.
So sad. Oh, I was excited I got to
Yeah,
understand something.
I messed up. It is not a fiend or devil.
Oh.
So you're hearing as well. But you're pretty sure whatever's in that box is very angry. You watched her try to say it in Infernal and it didn't. It sounded different.
Dude, that fucking feels so good.
Okay, yeah, I'm still like trying to communicate in like I would speak giant and infernal, just
I start
passively.
passively saying some stuff in Draconic after, so I've tugged on her to see if she'll pick me up.
That's easy.
I start kind of mumbling some stuff in Draconic. What I'm picking up is the cadence of these little fuckers' voice is screaming, "I'm alive and I'm here." Like when I'm saying the cadence of their voice, they're clearly saying something. They're angry.
Oh yeah.
Can I at least pick that up? Like these things sound alive. And I know they're alive, but they sound, something about them sounds...
Yeah. You're pretty sure it's probably sentient.
That's what I'm picking up.
Has anyone asked the captain where he's delivering the boxes to? Who's the delivery to? Maybe that would give us some clue.
Actually, the manifest.
The manifest.
The person who would know where they're delivering to isn't me. The only person who bothered to check the manifest was your rogue. And you would know that they are being delivered to a mage's college.
Okay.
They're being delivered for magical studies, but by both the clergy of the temples and a few of the magical schools in the local continent.
Okay.
As to what's in there, well, it's all just labeled magical research supplies.
Yeah, that's what it says in the manifest.
Okay. In Draconic, I'm going to, I'm gonna look over to, Gadon, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say whatever's in that box is alive and angry. But I'm gonna say it in Draconic. So that hopefully the people around me can't hear besides the people who understand.
I don't understand them, then I do not look intelligent because I'm not understanding a thing.
Okay. I have an idea. Could I use my cartography skills to forge a little ID slip and then use Charm Person to convince the captain that I am an inspector
How
from
much
the government?
time are you going to use to write out the forgery? Do you have something to base it off of?
I smash one of the
The
boxes.
forgery doesn't need to be at all good because it's secondary because I'm also using charm person.
Really?
I want to really bad. I want to really bad. There's that same thing in me that's like, it's talking.
Let it out.
It bothers me.
Let it out. Well, we already made it very clear that if they were doing anything with things that were alive, we'd be...
We did specify that we weren't going to be cool with the trafficking of sentient life forms.
Yeah.
I kicked the box once to kind of give it an idea to back up and smash the front of the box.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll to hit.
So again, as with every time, the glass gets his
I'm not even there. I'm holding back with all that.
You were.
You are holding back. You still
I'm
have a
gonna
good
jump
damage.
off of her.
Good move. As she
I'm a-
goes to swing, you jump down.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump down.
Since I'm aiming for the front of the box, it's not that terrible. Does a 10 hit?
Oh yeah, it hits. What are you swinging at it with?
My table leg, with which I am proficient.
Roll damage.
Alright. Ouch. 11? I am aiming for the very front. And I gave it a kick to, like, give it the idea that I'm not to be very near.
Uh-huh. So, downward, forward, or what?
Just a straight downward, like I'm trying to collapse the front of the...
This is a box. Is this by this?
Yeah. I'm coming down like I would on this table leg, if I were trying to separate the table leg from the table.
Got it. Okay. So,
Deliberately aiming for as like little of the front of the box as
please
possible.
bear with me. I have to write some things down and do some math.
I couldn't do it. I'm not smart enough to resist something like that.
Smarts. Put it up your nose. It's a dice. It will give you the smarts. It will give
Step up.
tiny dice.
No snorting dice.
But won't it turn me into a magical being?
No.
But the dice will be in my brain.
It'll obstruct your airway, and if it does get into your brain, it'll obstruct the blood flow to your brain, which will actually make you dumber.
Okay. So,
Fine. Or I'll just put it in my mouth.
how far away from Kalora are you?
Kalora.
Or how far away
Cersei.
from Cersei are you?
I have jumped down and backed
I
the
get the
hell up.
How far?
Good 15 feet.
Good answer.
Bye! You heard the kick and
Well,
bam.
I have gotten a hang of the fact that you make some decisions. Not going to be a part of it.
I like the definition. Decisions.
Okay. So, as the table leg comes down, this box crumples. In the process of the crumpling, Cersei, make a dexterity saving throw because this one was weakened from being at sea and you caved in the box on it.
Well, I tried.
Real
You're
upset
literally
with you,
looking in his
Cersei.
eyes. How does that feel?
Let me roll that. There we go. I'm putting my hands off of that because that's a dirty 20.
Well, good news is you take 5 points of damage as molten hot rock splashes out of the inside of the crate.
I tried. I tried to just hit the very
And-
front.
Well, you still get hit with it
Uh-huh.
for half damage to full one.
Yeah.
I rolled 9, so half round down to be nice to everybody.
Yep.
Alright, and it explodes. So, who has actually an arcane technique?
mages and just a big dumb Goliath. Alright. So, the boxes are like yay big. I pick up the next one and try to rip it open. Because smashing the front of it didn't work.
What are you grabbing onto to rip it open?
Both ends, I'm going to break it like an egg.
It is metal.
I have a strength of 18.
Okay, make a strength check. Not a saving throw.
Not a save? I will put down my proficiency bonus. I'm not worried about that. You know what? No, I'm gonna rage.
If the captain
I just got burned.
watched all of that happen,
Yes.
I just got burned.
He's kind of sitting back. Good. After a few minutes, after you smash the first one, you pay for anything you damage.
Baji, would you please confirm that for me?
20.
Thank you. Okay. So it cracks open. The thing inside that comes out is winged. Looks almost like you would picture a standard little imp made out of, well, for lack of a better word, lava. It is an elemental being. For all intents and purposes, you as an artificer would know that this particular creature is belligerent, evil, scum-sucking, and a relatively good way to study different forms of fire and earth magic and their applications, or to test magics of opposing forces for novice wizards, etc.
I
So
couldn't handle
sentient,
it.
but
It
dick
was-
bags.
It was talking. I couldn't help it.
Now here's the bad news. It does get an attack of opportunity.
You attack me, I'm gonna be big mad. I just let you out. I'm a lot bigger than you.
It looks at you. It smiles. Turns its head. You watch as the gaping maw that is its little mouth opens up.
You see a look of, you little shit, you're gonna. That's the.
Oh, it's better than that. A 15-foot cone of fire comes out of its mouth. The cone would start at Cersei's face and move back. So guess what? You're gonna need to make a dex save as well. How about anybody else that was standing back by that particular creature needs to make a dex save as well?
Oh, good news, I took damage. My rage is gonna stick.
That was about 30 feet
Here and
from
there,
mine.
considering.
I thought I probably need to make
Hey,
a dex saving throw.
You, with a stabby stab, what you doing?
Me?
What's the dice?
You just watch the Goliath crack it open and get a fire breath from a method to the face.
I'm still over by where the quartermaster is. I didn't really walk away from there. I'm still kind of like investigating the ship.
There's now a commotion going on in the middle of the ship's deck.
Shit happens.
13.
13, you're good. Ish.
Rafi here. Rafi, you need to roll.
Does it need to roll to hit me?
Checking my. Where's my dexterity?
Your dex
No,
is up there. Your
it's
dex
an
is a +1.
AoE.
Okay.
You roll the save.
13.
Okay.
You do get a dexterity
Can I
save.
argue that I can get all the
I
way
got
out of the way because
14.
I'm at like the very beginning of the cone?
Nope. It's doing this quick. So what was your number?
14.
14, cool. 2 damage, 2 damage. I rolled really low on the damage this time.
10.
Just fails. You take 4 damage to the face as this thing spits a gout of flame at you.
Ouch.
And as the fire goes out of their mouth, I need everybody to roll initiative. Combat version. So
Does that
add
mean
your
I-
initiative bonus
Does
to
that
it.
mean I'm joining? I saw this and I'm.
Oh yeah, if you want, well, you can. You can sit back and watch still on your turn. bonus?
What's your initiative bonus? I also rolled
18.
17. Can you look at that and confirm that I also rolled 17?
Whose dexterity is higher?
17 plus 4. What's 17 plus 4?
17 and 4 is 21.
21.
21.
12
Alright.
plus 6.
20 plus 6?
12 plus 6.
18.
18.
I'm a whooping 13.
So I'm
On
supposed
to
to
the rock
add
as everything is
initiative, right?
kicking off into the kablooey.
They're supposed to add initiative, right?
Correct.
I'm a whopping number 5.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to respond. I'm sitting there with that. You little shit. The rage I was trying to kick off is now bubbling. As I'm. Those two little brain cells are really trying hard to get me, like, to do something. So that's why I'm taking forever in initiative despite being right here. My brain cells aren't working.
How
That's because
far
it just-
away am I?
You're about 60 feet back and up. Like, you would have found yourself a position, basically. So you're well within bow range. Because maximum range on a bow is 120.
Except for my longbow, it's 150 to 600.
Okay, that's... Oh, yeah, that's right. They do have longer range on those spells. So, yeah, you would say... We could say that you'd managed to climb yourself to a vantage point. And you would be the one to see the real problem.
By the way, my initiative was a 10.
Yep. And you would totally see the real problem. We'll get to that. So, who rolled 25 to 20?
I rolled the 17 plus 4, so that was 21.
So you're first in the lineup. Right after this thing got its attack of opportunity on Kalora's face, you would be the first one who would have a jerk reaction, basically, is how that works. Like,
You
so
keep
think
saying Kalora. I'm without a
Cersei.
character sheet.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Habit. I've been saying that one for a year and a half.
Right? That's what I'm like, you keep saying Kalora. I'm gonna whip out a character sheet.
They both don't.
They are. They both would have done this thing.
Yeah. So, now, 15 to 20.
Reasons.
18.
18.
What did you roll?
17.
Okay.
What's your initiative?
5.
Oh, wait, no, I'm 18 as well.
Okay, 18 as well. Need each of you to roll it again. Whoever gets the highest goes second, the other goes third. These rollies.
18.
17 and I plus 6.
Wait, is it?
Well, it says initiative
What's
still.
your
I'll confirm that.
So, I'm 19.
19.
23.
Okay, so second, third. Okay,
13.
yeah, we're at 10 to 15 slots, so 13,
10.
10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're number 6.
Yep.
The sexy one.
No, I should be behind Pro.
No.
And now you got a 13, I got a 10.
I
Yeah.
got a 5.
Yeah, so it should go.
Ding.
Anaya
1, 2,
had me.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you said Anaya was
I did.
after me.
I got it right.
Yeah.
I
Bing
did.
bing. Bing bing bing.
Yeah.
Okay. So as this thing spits its gout of flame into Cersei's face, what would you like to do? Are you going to stand there and watch your newfound friend get hurt? Or what are you doing? There is one of them. You would notice that the spells on a couple of the other crates are flickering as attacks are coming from the inside of them. Not all of them look like fire.
That's interesting.
And everybody would also hear a loud bang noise in underdeck.
I was thinking, can I use Draconic Cry to boost everyone on the team?
Yes.
Yes.
that's what I would like to do.
Alright, so you hear this cobalt scream. What are you using your draconic cry to scream at? Yeah, crime.
Draconic crime!
I think we should stick together.
I think we should stick together!
Yep.
That's a viable thing to scream in a moment like this. Like, legitimately.
And by doing that, I'm giving everyone an advantage on the attacks against enemies that can hear us, and so
For how long?
I don't know where will I find that?
Is it your next attack against enemies? It would be under the cobalt stuff in this book. Or Mordekainen.
In the refrigerator.
Monsters of the Multiverse. Got it. Hold on.
Biscuits still?
Huh?
Biscuits.
Oh, the angel food? Yeah, there's some that are already opened in there. Of the shortcake. Those are in there as well.
You let out a cry to enemies within 10 feet of you.
You're welcome. And then there's
a
bowls
few
over
boxes
here
to
on
your
the
left and right. You hear those?
by the stove.
I still have my.
Advantage on your
It
next
doesn't
turn.
say that it was within enemies, it says...
It says you let out a cry at your enemies within 10 feet of you. Until the start of your next turn, you and your allies have advantage on attack rolls against any of those enemies who could hear you. You can use this trait a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you gain all expended bonus after you finish a long rest. So, there's about 10 boxes full of potential enemies within range of you. They haven't popped yet. Depending on how long you all drag this out, yet might not be a word anymore.
Okay.
As well as haven't.
Alright. Your turn.
Okay. Sounds about 30 feet behind Cersei.
Yeah.
How far does my Thorn Whip extend?
Your what?
My Thorn Whip spell, cantrip.
Player's handbook, somebody. Again, it should be on your character sheet, possibly. If not, it's in there in the magic section.
What spell is it?
Thorn Whip, how far
Thorn Whip.
extends?
I think it's like 30 feet.
I
With
believe it's
15 foot pull towards you.
What spell?
Thorn Whip.
Yeah, it's 30 feet.
Okay.
Thank you. I've used it enough. I should have that memorized.
And then how far, okay, behind Cersei, but how far, adjacent to me, how far away to the edge of the deck?
Ship's about 30 feet across.
Okay.
So 30 feet by, we'll say it's 120 foot
Rapid.
triple mast.
No. I took a bite.
Three masted schooner, 120 feet by 30 feet wide.
Okay.
I was gonna
So-
think and add a little bit of honey to it after I put it in the bowl. But then
I wanna go to
too much sweet. The spice.
where I can get like kind of near Cersei, but also near enough
I didn't want anybody getting sick.
to build a cast Thorn Whip. And while it's stuck with Thorn Whip, jump over the side and drag it
It
into
had
the
a
water
little
after me.
spice and then John.
Okay,
and
Thorn Whip
Peter
will only
were
allow
like,
you to move
should add more
15
spice
feet.
to it. And I'm like, alright, fine.
It's delicious.
When it says
Thank you.
30 feet.
Yeah, you can only pull them 15 feet with it, but it extends 30 feet.
But I mean, it's still attached to it, however long.
Nope, it dissipates the second it hits. It's made out of raw magical energy. The vine just kind of. Entangle is a different spell that does other things.
Okay, let's see, what can I do? I could use my Speech of Beast and Leaf and give it the impression that she'll fuck it up.
Well, there's a problem.
Is it not technically Beast?
It's an elemental. A lesser elemental, to be fair. Much lesser. Well within throwing in a bunch of level 1 characters lesser. But you watch as it seems to. So.
I'm wearing
Uh-huh.
Am I like full send on fire right now?
No, it only hit your face.
I was gonna use an intimidation check.
Now that would be a survival check to know what to do if that happened.
Just thinking of my next moves. Just I'm wearing an awful lot of tool. If I catch fire, I'm gonna be a big ball of fire.
Alright. So,
Okay, I can with my
you can hit it with Thorn Whip.
with my. I wonder if I can hit it. No, it's got wings. That won't work. I can crit. So obviously,
Yes,
if it
it
like
can
pass
fly.
me into the water, but I can do that quick enough probably.
It can fly.
Okay. Let's see. I'm 30 feet away. It's how far in front of Cersei?
About 17 inches.
Okay.
You know, cracking about here.
Feel bad.
And it just kind of went, "Ugh." Like a cartoon. You like Wile E. Coyote right now.
So I want to use hidden step. So she's here. The thing is in front of her. Use hidden step to get beside her, which will then go away as soon as I move. But then use my quarterstaff two-handed to attack it.
Okay. Go ahead and swing.
Yeah, let's see. It's two-handed, 1d8.
What's your strength modifier?
16 plus 3.
16 plus 3. Definitely hits. So roll for damage.
8.
Plus strength.
So the
8 plus is 1, 2, or a 3.
3.
8 and 3 is 11.
Not the 16. Okay, just the modifier. Okay. So 11.
Alright. So, your staff comes down on this thing. And Cersei and Gadamet, I need you to make a dex save. As this one explodes when you hit it.
12. Dexterity 16 plus 3.
19.
19.
Brain cells started working.
Each of you takes 1 point of damage. I rolled a 3.
Okay.
So half of 3 we round down. Each of you takes 1 point of fire damage as this one explodes when Gadamet's staff hits it. So apparently when these things die, they go boom.
Bloom.
And spray molten rock everywhere.
Maybe let's not kill anymore then. Aren't we on a ship made of wood?
It explains why the ship's cindered. And right about that time, you hear, well, let's see here. They don't get a dex save. Well, they do, but it's at a disadvantage. There are a bunch of crates. Two pop. A fog rolls out of one across the deck. Not cold, hot, like steam. The other seems a blackened cloud off to the side right next to it. Still hot, smelling of cinders and ash. Filling it, a smell of cinders and ash fill the air. And this one gets its turn now. It's black. Looks almost like the little red magma shaped one. And it starts uttering something in... Oh. Actually, it sounds very familiar to you, Air Genasi. it starts speaking. Well, you don't personally speak the language, you speak the Jinn language.
Yeah.
But you would recognize the sounds of the language of earth element or air elementals.
Okay.
And that's what it starts speaking as you hear, or rather feel, the air get warmer around you.
Okay.
And a portal opens. And two more of its ilk come through.
Well, since it can speak air genasi, or
It speaks air elemental, not air
Okay.
genasi. You would recognize that being somebody who was raised in a household from the plane of air,
yeah.
but you don't speak it. You don't
Okay.
understand a damn word, you just know what it is.
Okay.
Ironically, because it is air elemental based, it has a large number of the same weaknesses that any other thing as the elemental plane of air does.
Yeah.
Anybody with an arcana over, or with an intelligence over 8 would know.
My intelligence is 17. What am I supposed to know?
Well, you would know that this is definitely an elemental being. Very commonly used in research because they're very much evil. Neutral evil. They don't care. Evil for its own sake, you know? Not for chaos, not for law, just evil. Like, hi, my name's Evil. I'm going to kill you now because you look yummy. So, that being said, there are now 4 of these things on the deck. And you hear the captain call over after looking over. The captain looks over towards you. Looks like you need to go earn your pay. Security done been breached.
Okay.
As that brings us to Q.
Okay.
So what you're doing is you see these elemental, well, impish-looking creatures. And one just summoned 2 more.
I think we ought to try and catch him if we can.
Catch me with what?
I don't know. I'm looking rough.
Will
Yeah,
it
from 17 to 9.
I know.
will it take me like an action to have the kobold pass me that table leg, or can they just like toss it to me real quick?
You trying to steal my weapon?
Not table leg, kebab leg.
Okay.
Kebab
You
stick.
can hand that off. You could snatch it as a free action.
Okay. And I'm gonna take that kebab stick from you and use shillelagh and attempt to whack. Which one is nearer to me?
The one that looks like a white cloud of things.
Okay.
Is that what happened when I whacked
I'm
the
gonna
fire
attempt to whack that one. Well, this one is made of something else, so it will probably function differently. I want to see what happens if I hit it with a stick.
Alright, interesting fact. It has a, shillelagh, when you swing it, does not run off of your strength to hit, runs off your spell attack bonus.
It should be right
That
there on your
stick
side.
now runs off your spell attack bonus for the next minute when you swing it at
My
things.
spell attack bonus is +6.
Yeah, so roll a d20, add 6 to it, and that's what you rolled to hit.
Your spells are much more accurate than your weapons.
24.
That definitely hits.
What? Where did you 18?
Very nice.
Do I roll for damage as well?
Oh yeah.
Is that a d20 as well?
I'll clip.
No, that rolls off of
Kick
the
his head.
damage from shillelagh.
I believe it's 12.
I think it's like d8.
Is it?
Where's Player's Handbook?
Oh.
Page 275.
was possibly the best way to do that you've come up with. Yeah, you might want to keep that on handy so you can figure out what spells you want to use and how they're gonna work.
Best way to do what?
Putting the page numbers on it.
Yeah. If you're new players, it's just best to have them have an exact page to go look up their spells and read them. That's how I learned.
Weapons damage die becomes a D8.
Yep.
Weapon
So
also-
instead of it being a 1d4 micro
We don't
club,
have a D8 down there.
You don't have a D8?
No, ask to borrow one.
That's
Coat
easy.
thing or
Ah, 1d8.
that was on
Ooh,
first.
it's pretty.
It's pretty and spiky.
5.
so this thing, you watch as it takes the womp. Sinus drainage sucks. And as it hits, it's a lot more solid than you expected. Like, it felt like there was something to it. Clouds of steam go, and it seems like the club goes about halfway and hits something hard and pulls away. It's still standing. But it definitely looks like it felt that, and it turns at you, making a hissing noise similar to a kettle going off.
Wouldn't it also get the modifier from the hit?
No,
Okay. For some reason, my brain was like, are we missing a number?
no, it just turns a standard any stick you pick up into a 1d8 club.
Okay.
And it goes up with level.
Okay. That makes sense. That's where I was missing something, because I'm like, if I hit something with my club, I get 1d8 plus 6. That's where I was like, are we missing a number? Because that feels a little soft.
No, we're not.
Okay.
Alright, so who's number 4 on the list? Alright, so as these...
13, 10, 5.
Yep. It's your turn.
Alright.
You've just had something explode in your face after it breathed fire at you. And it opened up more crates. And there's more of these things and they're different inside.
Alright. Is the steamy buddy fairly close to me?
About 5 feet.
Alright, cool. That's melee range.
Well, yes, yes it is.
Alright.
They like being in melee range, can't you tell? If you kill them, they explode. How to have a level 1 party have a complicated problem. Every time they explode, they can damage a box on a 50-50 chance.
I am enraged.
And I've got a pallet of 72 pallets of 36 of these, so I've got 72.
In other words, we better figure out how to prevent those runes from letting them all out, or we're all gonna die.
I said I don't outwardly and openly kill a party. I never didn't say I wouldn't put you. I never said I wouldn't put you in a life-threatening situation.
You all are free to bail. I will never be angry as a player if I do something because my character's an idiot. And y'all go, nope, I'm out. I've been noped on by my party before and gone, yeah, that scans.
Alright, so, what you doing?
I just said I'm coming down with my great club on it. And that is a 24 to hit,
It definitely hits.
which means you need to decide whether or not I hit it with the spike.
No, it's a D percentile.
Okay, D percentile, because you told me 18 or higher on my roll. I have to roll to see if it with the spike.
Yeah, it's a percentile, 75% chance of missing. You have 75 or better, you hit with the spike. Good news is this isn't a humanoid thing, so you won't, it explodes on impact, so you aren't going to feel bad and be mortified.
Oh, good. So I won't lose that. Let's see, 71.
Yeah, you spiked it,
That's like just the briefest flash of no. It's not a person, so
Damage.
that would be. I need to roll back too. I am all over the place today.
Uh-huh.
Please make fun of me. It's hilarious.
Hey, Macarena.
I am sleeping a lot.
That
It's
is-
cooler in here than it is outside by far.
I know.
Like, let's
Way,
think.
way cooler in here than it is outside.
Imagine if we'd advanced this to the point where we had a studio and we were filming under studio lights. You know, I've worked theaters, like
Nine.
and shit. So I work pin rail. I've been under theater lights.
That would
No.
be a 9.
9 points of damage to the
Yes.
steamy one, right?
Yes.
So between your wampin and your wampin, everybody that is, well, the two of you both need to make a dex save as this one explodes. Right next to the boxes.
18.
Okay. What's its last thing?
What do you add to it?
Plus 1. So I'm at a nat 20.
You naturally rolled 20?
Or
Okay.
not nat 20. That's
It's
Dirty.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20? Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
it's a dirty 20 if you get 20 without having
If you
rolled
get
it.
20. Okay. I didn't know the terminology. Yeah. Dirty 20.
Oh, good news. It saves only 10. So, you take 3 hit points of damage, and you take 3 hit points of damage as a gout of steam replaces this thing and scorches you.
How can steam do 3 points of damage? You took 2 points of damage.
You ever
from
bust it?
magma.
Well, the magma barely hit you because of your dex save. This, you weren't sure how to deal with dodging a cloud.
Fair enough.
How do you dodge a cloud?
To the face. And you did dodge it. You missed the brunt of it. It could have done 7. Not to mention it's based off of magical force, so it works off how much of the life energy was left in the creature when it died. How much of a hatred for wanting to destroy you. And thank you. So, each of you takes another bullet. No, it's 3 because half of 7 and I round down.
Yep.
And that brings us to this over here. So what you doing from way back there at your vantage point?
Didn't you say that he sees what the real problem is?
Yeah, what can I
You,
perceive?
what you perceive from where you are, that bang noise below decks, it seems somebody has punched a hole in the hull. And the ship starts tilting.
So
She's going down.
I kind of want to start working my way over to the rest of my crew and let them know that we kind of got to get out of here, or else we're all gonna drown, or we're gonna end up in the water at least. I don't know how many of us can swim.
Well, you were paid to protect it. You're being paid to protect the cargo.
Doesn't that mean we need to carry
We're
all of the
definitely not
elemental
getting-
pallets?
Well,
to
consider the
fucking dock?
shape of the ship. 2 pallets have already made it to the fucking docks and are being carted away.
Oh, good. So just a little bit that we're handling right now is what's left.
Yes, you all are
I
handling
will
the
be
ca-
right back.
Okay.
So, how many are left then?
3. All of them black. Bits of ash floating around them. And their wings, you would notice, having been in combat with them for more than fucking 30 seconds at this point, are, well, for lack of a better way to put it, they look like they dissolve perpetually into ashes at the edges. So you know like that really weird video game effect where the ash is always falling but disappears before it goes too far? Same principle. Yeah, game designers, we need that shit to start leaving trails.
So, how long does it take me to get over to them?
Your movement per round is?
30 feet.
And you're 120 feet up, we said, give or take, on a vantage point, correct?
Sure.
Half movement to climb down gets you to the bottom in one round. And then you've got another, I'll give you 3 rounds to get to them. And nobody here has any form of telepathy yet. So, is that what you would like to do?
Yeah, because I need to warn them about the ship. At least to warn them. Like, we gotta hurry up and try to get out of here.
You all would feel the ship shifting with that explosion. I can have.
Yeah, you can have some. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not going to take without asking. That's a big thing. Special access to that. Alright, so,
You should make ice cream from that.
for real though, that would make a wonderful sorbet.
Alright.
Anyway, as you move down to go and warn them, we come around to you, O Rogue, standing by the captain.
Okay.
Watching this chaos ensue. What's he doing?
Watching the chaos ensue. You
Yeah.
just said
You've
what I was
noticed
doing.
that every time one of them explodes, it seems like there's a chance that some of the other crates will pop. Which reminds me, it actually is on a chance cube. Granted, it's on my toxic percentile, but
Are some of the crates, are the crates still on the pallets?
yes, and it looks like a crane's attached to one of the pallets.
Okay. How much would you say the pallets would weigh?
About 650 each. Enough that even the Goliath can't lift it without a hurt.
Oh.
I calculated this.
Yeah, 650 would be a lot of work.
But you can feel the ship shifting when the explosion goes on. And you can hear water rushing in about 50 feet below you. A galleon that big has a very high draft line and it stands very high out of the water actually in the deck.
So this crane that's holding the skid, is the crane on the ship or on the ground?
On the dock.
Okay. And you said the skid weighs about 650?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that means the crane is currently holding one of the weight, or a majority of the weight.
All of the weight on that now is the ship starts to tilt, yes.
Okay.
The other one's starting to try and slide.
And
Slowly
you said
at
the other
first.
one, you said the other one weighs about 650?
Yep. Well, it's down to minus. It's down to about 580 right now.
How many are on the pier? So 2 are on the dock, 1's still on the ship, and then what? One is being held by the crane?
Mm-hmm. God doesn't love you that much.
Okay.
Don't ask me why, but my cat likes potato chips.
How close is the Goliath to the skid being held by the crane?
About 15 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna yell to the Goliath. Hey, if I levitate, make the crate float, can you push the crate while it's being levitated to where it's angled over top of the ground, so we can get rid of the one skid?
I can push.
I will allow you to reaction that.
Okay.
A reaction shove makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take and cast levitate on the skid that's being held by the crane, because I figured my levitate will hold 500 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So the extra shove shouldn't knock it off, completely off, but it should give it enough leeway to where it can make it to where it goes away from the boat and towards the pier. It just makes sense in my brain.
So would you like the good news or the bad news?
Either or.
Which do you prefer first?
Bad news?
The bad news is that 3 of the crates popped from the last explosion.
Okay.
2 of them were empty, but the boxes are shattered, falling off the top of the pillar of the one that you're talking about that's not hooked by the crate. Or crane, excuse me. So, the good news is that you can just barely lift it with levitate.
Okay.
The bad news is 2 of those crates had occupants. Apparently not all of these are full. Some of the ones towards the middle apparently were put in there empty to try and bulk out the order, because look at the state of the ship. These poor bastards dealt with something like this happening at sea.
Yeah.
Them cheating bastards.
Say what?
That's all you get out of me is them cheating bastards.
You know, I'll understand why the crew ran, though. Agreed?
This has been a long ride.
Yeah. They were terrified. They were stressed. They were scared. They all wanted to go get food, get laid, get drunk, and forget it.
And get healed.
Oh yeah, and get healed. But food, laid, drunk, and forget it came first.
Yeah.
I promise you. So 2 of them popped.
I need to get food late, get drunk, forget it. That sounds like the way to go, man.
Food laid drunk, forget it.
Yep.
You now empathize with the entire crew of this
Food
ship.
late, drunk, forget it.
In that order or in a different order?
I'll probably get drunk before I get laid. Food, drunk, laid, forget it.
I salute you. As long as you don't hear "Oh Kermie" at the end of it, don't worry.
Thanks for giving them the idea.
I'm so clipping that.
Right?
The facial expression of
I've got huge, no!
I see your
You're
face.
welcome.
I see your pretty face.
So what I missed?
Pudgy levitated a thing.
Levitated the pallet of skids so that Cersei could reaction shove it. So that one, I need you to make a strength check so I can figure out how far it got shoved. Roll mediocrely. If you roll too high, it might overshoot the docks. If you roll too low, and you're still in a rage, I might point out, so you have advantage on your strength checks.
No.
Roll too low, it doesn't clear the boat. So what we got?
22. No, 24.
Okay. So, Cersei, trying to be the helpful dumbass that they are.
Some of the cages are empty. I expected them all to be full. It looked heavier.
Well, yeah, but you're dumb, so you don't know that.
Right?
Yeah, no, it looked heavier to me.
Yeah, it looked heavier, and I understand this, but that's why I said to roll mediocrely. So you watch as this levitates up just above the rail of the the entire pallet with the breaking ones levitates up above the rail. As Cersei uses their reaction to shove it, it goes out. Over. It's over the docks right now. You could technically lower it with levitation, but you have to wait till your next turn
It's
for that,
careening.
obviously.
Yeah.
And
It's careening.
where it is stopping because of the amount of force that was behind that, because apparently stupid doesn't know its own strength. There is not a soul here, no matter how high your perception is. Well, actually, you know what? Because
Me.
everybody who's looking at this floating pallet as it goes off, go ahead and make a perception check to see whether or not you can notice where it would land if it fell. Especially you, oh rogue, who's levitating it, because if you miscalculate, you're fucked.
22.
Are you number one?
Oh.
Okay.
So 22, okay?
14.
Okay?
It's all based off my perception?
Yes, it's a perception check.
Big passive wisdom.
What we got?
9.
That's a fail.
Passive wisdom
That is
Wait.
13.
yeah,
Plus regular perception.
13.
Wait, what? I thought that it was my added perception plus a perception roll. Is that not it, or is it my
It's 20 plus whatever's next to your perception stat.
Yes. If it says
Okay.
perception
If
plus
we
something.
just basically said the same thing two different ways, then
Yes.
you're correct.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if we did or not. That's the check.
13 plus my perception.
Okay.
Plus
17.
So,
17.
who rolled over a 15? 15 over 15. How'd you do?
What you roll, Rock?
13.
No.
14.
I already know. So, to everybody who rolled over a 15, the both of you would realize that there's only about 25% of that pallet, no counting on how much weight is involved in it, that will actually lower itself onto the pier. The rest of it is just kind of into the water. Good news though, the pallet is no longer in blast radius that they were blowing up. The other one's about 15 feet away. So there's that.
How much of the skid is in the water though? Because
No, because it would be, you are on a ship that's roughly, say, water level is 0 feet.
yeah.
The pier would be 10 feet above that.
Okay.
You are on a deck that is 30 feet above that, with a main helm where you are that's 10 feet above that, which makes you 40 feet above the pier. The actual boxes that you're levitating are roughly about 30 feet above the pier. As a result,
I'm getting. I understand the distance. What I'm asking is.
75% of it is over the water, technically, by their standpoint. You think you
But-
nailed it.
But it shouldn't be in the water though because of the
No,
fact
it's
of the levitating.
it's over it, but it's over it. Like, okay, here's the edge of your.
Yeah, it's like an
pier.
offset lip.
Yeah, you're like this on the pier is where it got shoved to.
Okay. I
So it's gonna do this if you set it down.
Yeah.
Make sense? Are we all there?
Here, have some barbecue.
Ew.
Pass me the.
Chess. These are great. You don't need teeth to eat them.
Okay, now I've never once,
So, and with that done, we're back to the top of the list. Hi, top of the list. What you're doing as you watch the mayhem presume, and you would perceive that that pallet of crates, while not completely terrifying, is definitely not going to land where it should.
So I'm gonna acknowledge that we were told if we fucked shit up, we had to pay for it.
Uh-huh.
And that's definitely not landing on the docks. Can I let them know what I see?
Sure. It's a free action to yell shit. Go for it.
That shit's not over the dock. You're gonna fucking kill them all, or they'll explode, or worse.
Right, so
You can yell back. You can't do anything right in this moment because we're in a combat situation. But you can reply.
we need to get Cersei down there. Oh wait, Cersei?
Yeah.
We need to get Cersei down there to push them back onto the dock. If I lose my concentration, they'll fall into the water.
I haven't used my movement yet. Can I just start running?
I'll allow it, but I will point something out. This pallet is 30 feet above the dock and 75% off the dock.
That's fine.
What's your plan? I mean,
Is there a ladder somewhere around?
no, there's a gangplank onto the boat. Other than that, you've got the miscellaneous rigging that'll take you up the mast to the crow's nest.
I'm getting really good speed behind me.
Uh-huh.
Oh god.
Because at speed, a Goliath's jump is the same as its walking speed.
Did it say that?
It does. If I'm moving, I can jump as high up as I can walk.
Okay, so it's a
30
30 foot.
feet.
So you're gonna try and jump to this thing?
I'll
Are you gonna try and pull it back down towards the docks? When you get, first of all, I need an acrobatics check from you.
take that. I will absolutely take that.
Peter,
You better at jumping.
I'm gonna let you know that it is 5:37.
I know. I gotta.
I do not have no brain today. I know you're
Like,
Peter.
why are you telling me this?
Eight.
I called you guys Peter and John.
Tell me I
backwards.
bashed my head on the bottom of the pallet.
No. That would be a 1.
Aw.
Good news.
I can see it now. They're like
Cersei
George in the jungle. Watch out for that tree.
Jumps out.
All I wanted to do was catch it.
You totally caught the edge of the pallet with your fingertips on the pallet itself, nowhere near the top. So now you have a Goliath hanging at their 7-foot height, approximately 22 feet above the dock, tilting everything towards them. Your head is
Everything was already tilting this way, so I'm doing it a favor.
well, it was level because of the levitation spell, but your added weight is not acute to the. By the way, how much do you weigh? No offense.
I weigh 214 pounds.
Oh.
So that means it's going to be pulling it to the ground. It's no longer going to be levitating.
Okay, so everything is now tilting and it's falling
Sure thing.
relatively slowly until it comes off.
What if it's
I heard we need Cersei down there.
if it's lowering itself relatively slowly? Then after 22 feet of lowering, won't her finger, her toes be on the dock, and she can kind of pull the pallet the remaining?
You would be correct,
Remaining
except
way.
it's lowering at an angle like this. You ever see what happens when you take a pallet full of crates like this?
They start to come off.
They start to fall off.
Yeah, they're all going to
Because
fall off.
physics is real.
But they would
I
be
need
falling-
help, 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 help.
I guess the question becomes, when one of those falls over Cersei's head and lands onto what would then be the dock behind her, is it going to burst open?
If nobody catches it, probably.
It takes 2d6 damage from the fall.
So yeah, it's a high
Up to
possibility.
12.
So there,
So how much damage did it take to burst? So yeah, it's just that's a good
I'm
It takes-
hollering for help.
well, you all can try and math out how much damage I've set each of these boxes at. But keep in mind,
An average of 8.
actually dead on, 7.
Yeah.
7, so that it would, yeah, each box has a difficult, it's insulated to defend against magical attacks and magical abilities and things like that.
Not brunt force.
But not by, it's designed so to keep things in, not to keep damage from happening to the out.
Help, 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 help.
And because of obvious reasons like real life things that we need to step away
We're
from,
stopping there.
we are going to stop a cascade of no less than 8, well, no, 2 layers minus 3, 9 per layer squared. 9999 is 27 to a pallet, by the way.
Yep.
And we're looking at no less than that, so.
You said a lot of the pallets that were in the inside were hollow, so you're looking
There
at...
were a few that may be hollow to kind of back it, so. And there's more than one pallet, so who knows how many hollow ones are on each. But.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as the skid goes, you're looking at like roughly 20 boxes.
There are roughly as 5 of those boxes plummet towards Cersei's, angling it towards the pier, so good for you on that part. As 5 boxes tumble via gravity towards the ground, we will leave everything in pause so everybody can come back and make combat next week.
Okay, I'm
Yay.
definitely gonna say
Well,
that Cersei
wait.
is paused like this.
Wait. We won't be here next week. We let you guys know that already.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right, you got Country Fair.
I can
Yep.
run the Elwood next week. They don't have characters for it yet.
That works.
Okay, cool. We'll be back the week after.
Yeah, there's a big thing. If you all don't know, our broadcast is done from Oregon. Oregon Country Fair, some of us can afford to go, others cannot. Either way, it's a big thing. It turns a bunch of fields.
To go. I just work.
We can't afford
We
to
can't
go.
afford
We
to
work
go.
it.
I work it. I work
Oh,
so.
you're working your ass off.
Yes.
Yep.
No, we cannot afford to go.
Tickets
I
are
work,
$60
work, work.
fucking dollars this year.
Can you put
Guys?
this over there?
Future things we would love donations for, the entire crew to go to Oregon Country Fair.
I just
We would
don't
love
want to take a
you.
chance of knocking
That
out
would be
the
so
shit.
fun to
If we
have
could
you
just
guys
go,
there.
and we will totally promise to cosplay out our characters, go to Oregon Country Fair, if you guys are willing to fund it. Not this year, but next year.
Yeah, we
And
work
we'll send
every
you
year.
pictures.
We
I'll
work
go
every
and send
year, and
you
it is a
things.
I'll
lot.
go and Larice get up.
You go as Larice, I'll go as Kalora.
Either that or you go as Flora, I'll go as Guadaviv.
No, yeah, we work shower crew. I'm about to be working in the hot,
Right.
hot sun.
Well, you will be sorely missed next week. We do like you guys company.
I
I mean, the
we
closest
will
thing I have to
miss
a
you
humanoid
guys too.
form
We love
as
coming.
far as like my characters go, would be, ironically enough, my water tenacity. Dorian Stone is like the only one close enough to human.
Well, Air Genasi are pretty close to human looking.
Yeah, but my Air Genasi is currently a female, so I don't see me, dressing up as a sexy Marianne looking female and walking around.
Yeah, I mean,
If you were to do it anywhere, Oregon Country Fair would be the place. You can borrow my
Anywhere-
fake titties.
anywhere in our town would be a good place.
I don't have any problems wearing fake titties or a skirt or anything like that.
Anyway, while we're discussing
It's
this,
just
guys,
I don't
thank
have
you for
anything
joining
attractive
us. We
enough
love
for
you.
to
Please
wear.
remember, like, share, subscribe, tell your
Got it
friends
looking
we're read
weird.
nuts and stoners, and have a great night.
Bye, everybody.